In today's video, we're exploring the best views available in Easton Park, called Pilot Park. We're gonna get after it right now. Hey, Daniel here, your local Easton Park real estate expert. If you're thinking of making a move to the Easton Park neighborhood, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on the latest real estate news. You know, as a teacher for 10 years before I jumped into real estate, and I found that a lot of the skills and values that drew me to education and actually made me successful in education have made me successful in real estate. Honesty, hard work, effective communication, and truly caring about the people I'm working with still really matters to me. So it doesn't matter if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call, assuming I'm alive. I just crossed the street without looking both ways. Love to help you and your family find a great home and a great deal in our neighborhood. So where we are today, I'll pan around. We are in Pilot Park. These are, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions, the best views available in Easton Park. The reason for that is we are at the highest elevation and we are on the far west side. So you actually have some homes here that are viewing out west and you are just looking above everything. We can actually, you can't see it from where I am right now, but there's some sites over here where you can see downtown too. So I really like Easton Park, or Pilot Park. I bought a home here a year and a half ago and I'm staying here. And the reason I bought my house was because of the lot placement. Purely, I just wanted that view. So I thought it'd be good for this video to show you guys what can you get out here, what's available, how much does it cost, and kind of the pros and cons of the two builders that you can buy out here. So let's jump into it. So in Pilot Park, you only have two options as far as builders. You have Perry and you have Brookfield, okay? They own all the lots out here. And so I'm gonna talk about each builder's incentives, kind of the pros and cons from my point of view. And I'm also gonna ask my editor, just put in the top corner of this video, just a B-roll of me driving around the area so you can really see the vacant lots that are actually available. It's just easier to see this from someone driving around versus seeing it on a map. It's very, very different. And that can really give you a sense of if you kind of like this area or not. So as far as what Perry is offering, and honestly, both builders are offering very similar items and incentives, but we'll discuss the differences. Perry is offering lot premiums between $0 to $20,000. So they're going up to $20,000 in the lot premiums. $40,000 flex or a 4.99 rate buy down is your incentive. So they're offering $40,000 that you can use however you want, or you can forfeit that and just use it to get a forward commitment of a 4.99% rate buy down. They only have 10 lots available. Perry, they built a lot quicker and earlier than Brookfield out here. And so most of their lots are already being built on, or they've already put spec homes on. They have plans for that. So they only have 10 available vacant lots. Structural and design, when you go through that, typically comes out to about $50,000, about 10% of their base price. And so final price of building a Perry home would be about 10 to 20 higher, 10 to 20,000 higher than the base price you're seeing online. Now those base prices range from $490,000 to $540,000. So realistically, you would build a Perry home out here for around $500,000 to $550,000, that area, assuming you don't go crazy in the design studio. It takes about 7 months to build a Perry home, and they ask for 2% of the purchase price for earnest money, so about $10,000 for earnest money. So that's Perry. And then for Brookfield, very similar in a lot of ways. So they're offering they're asking $0 to $20,000 for the lot premium, so exactly the same as Perry. They are offering $40,000 flex, again, exactly the same as Perry. They're not offering a rate buy down forward commitment because they don't know what rates are gonna be like whenever the home is built in a few months. And so they don't want to commit to 4.99, but you can use that $40,000. I'm not gonna face that way, the sun's right there. You can use that $40,000 to buy the rate down, right? For the design center, they're lower. They're gonna be about $35,000, $50,000 on the high end. Part of the reason of that is because they just don't offer as many structural upgrades as Perry does. They take longer to build, about 9 to 10 months compared to Perry's 7 months. And then they ask for $10,000 earnest money plus 25% of the design studio. So earnest money, upfront money you would need to put down would be closer to around $20,000 versus the $10,000 that Perry asked for. So that's kind of the quick, what they're offering, the numbers there. The base price for Brookfield is $380,000 to $475,000, okay? So quite a bit lower than Perry's base prices. The homes that they're building out here are all about 1,600 square feet to 2,300 square feet. They're close to 2,000. They're all 3 to 4 bedroom homes, 2.5 bath, primarily 2-story. They have a couple 1-story options, but primarily 2-story. I will say one of the cons just from both builders, just their floor plans, and I've learned this from showing a couple clients these homes, is they are not square. They're very long. And so when you walk in through the front door, you have your kitchen, your living area, your dining area, and then at the back there'll be a few windows. And so it's really difficult. You never have your living room at the back of the home with these floor plans from both builders. It is a shame because the views here are so great. You kind of lose out on that. You don't get to, you have to go to the back patio to enjoy the view. Your living room's always near the front of the house, and so that's a shame that we don't have any floor plans with the living room at the back, so you can just kind of turn your head from the couch and enjoy the view that you have up here. I will say personally that the pros and cons between the two builders, I like both builders. I have no beef with either. I think they both do a great job. As far as the pricing, Brookfield definitely wins when it comes to best price per square foot, right? I mean, I said they're starting at what, $380 to $475 is their base price. They're having basically the same amount of incentives, so you would be able to get a brand new to-be-built Brookfield home for between $400,000 to $500,000 easily. And again, that's between about 1,600 to 2,300 square feet. So they're going to be about $50,000 to $70,000 less than Perry, just price alone. But what you get from Perry, which is nicer, is more design options. You're very limited in structural design with Brookfield. They're not going to give you a lot of options. You can't extend your patio. You can't do a lot of things really. Perry, they're going to give you a lot of options so you can make the house exactly how you want it to be. But there's a premium for that, right? They're also the exterior, Perry, in my opinion, it just looks nicer from the front. It has nicer curb appeal. Now I'm saying that I own a Brookfield. I love Brookfield. I think they built a great home. But for me, I don't really care about the front of my house. I think my house looks pretty. But driving around and looking at Perry Homes, they have the stucco exterior. They use a little bit higher quality stone materials. It just looks more custom and it looks more luxurious. So if that's important to you, Perry is the way to go with that. So, my final thoughts with these, the lots, you are gonna have more choices with Brookfield. Brookfield's just starting, whereas Perry's been building out here. And so like I said earlier, Perry only has the 10 lots vacant as of recording. I'm doing this pretty quick though. So I'm recording this on a Monday and I'm posting on a Tuesday. So you're gonna get this info pretty much instantaneous from what I'm saying. But with Brookfield, they're gonna have basically all the empty lots you saw, 30, 40 around there. So you have a lot more choices where you can pick, I want that specific view, okay? Last thing I'll say is should your backyard face east or west? As a very loud construction vehicle comes near me. Personal opinion, I think the backyard should face east of the two because Texas gets so hot that when the sun's setting in the west, that's just hitting your backyard, your back patio, and you're just taking in all of that heat. It's also kind of blinding. Typically people use their back patio more in the evening, and so it's pretty, but it's just so hot. If we were living in Colorado, I would say, yeah, I definitely want to watch the sunset behind mountains because I want the heat, right? It's so cold here. Here, I definitely prefer backyard facing east, so front of the house facing west. But that's just, again, personal preference. I just had that question asked to me a few times. There are ways to get around it being really hot with it being west, adding a gazebo, adding trees, adding more shade items, but it's just more work. And at the end of the day, when you're building a home, you don't really want to do extra work. You want it just to be done and you walk in and it's the dream house. So hope this video was helpful for y'all. If you are considering buying an Easton Park, I love Pilot Park. Clearly I bought here. The three areas we're kind of building right now is you have Pilot Park. This is around the $500,000, right? $500,000 to $550,000 price range. You have Balboa Park, which is very different. It's Pacesetter, Newmark. Selling about this price range, maybe up to the 600,000s. Courtyard homes, very different. And then most of the construction right now is Prospect Park. And that's where all the builders are right now. Highland, Taylor Morrison, Brookfield's bigger products. Perry, right? They're bigger products too. That's where most of it's happening. I just don't think the views in Prospect or Balboa are that great. They're okay, but they're nothing special. There's one street that has a green belt and that's it. So I wanted to do a video devoted to views in Easton Park because you really don't get that many in Easton Park. And so I feel like Pilot Park is something that some people are sleeping on, and I want to make sure I'm getting the news out to people, right? That it's available and this is the price point. But if you are considering buying, whether it's now or in a year, right? I just gave you, it's about 7 to 10 months to build these homes. You can always give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. All of my contact info is in the description below. What I do for my buyers is I basically make sure the builder's not ripping them off, okay? I review all the contracts, I make sure we're negotiating the best possible incentives and price point, and then also being your advisor through the process. You know, a lot of my clients, they ask me, you know, I want to do X, Y, and Z for an upgrade. Is this going to help the resale value in a few years? And I'll give my honest opinion of, well, I think that'll help. I think this is a smarter way to do it. And it costs you nothing. Having a realtor in your corner, you know, my commission gets paid by this builder. So it really is a no-brainer. Whether it's me or just someone you already know, like, and trust, definitely use a realtor if you're considering buying a house, whether it's new build or resale, because it literally is only going to save you money and give you professional advice through the way. So I feel like I could talk for days. I'm gonna get back to the car now and put some B-roll on the screen. But yeah, hopefully this was helpful for y'all. Again, reach out if I can help in any way. And until next time, I'll see you guys around the neighborhood.